I may not understand the information that was used to come up with the 500 ml packets. But you see, not all of us excelled in mathematics to know that there are 5 100s in 500. So that then we can know that, hey, if we are told that this is per 100 grams, then it means that if there is 3.3 grams of protein, and I take this whole packet of milk, I need to multiply by 5.
Welcome to Nutrition Nyumbani, and we are still on diabetes management. My name is Magdalene Nelima. Sitting beside me is Madam Noeline Nancy, and in today's topic, we are narrowing down to talk about how industries can help their consumers to become healthy. So by the end of this video, you should be able to know
just how our industries can help us, you know, the diabetic patients who are on weight loss, just how they can help us to even improve in terms of determining how many servings have we taken or how much calories have we taken when we use probably a certain quantity of that particular product. Now, and today I came loaded. So I have a packet of milk here. And usually in our country, Kenya, we usually have a food label. Now, a food label will definitely tell us the number of nutrients that are present in a food commodity prepared by a company and the nutrient content. So today, I just have a plea to our industries on behalf of all the people, be it diabetic, be it weight loss persons, and everyone who just wants to be healthy. Please help us. Where do we need help? We have packets of milk that are, say, packaged, they contain 500 ml of milk. But when we write our food labels, we are giving our content per 100 gram. Of course, that is a serving, perhaps, but are we sure that our consumers really know how to calculate how many servings are now in this whole 500 ml packet of milk? It is very demanding or tasking for a person, just a consumer, an innocent consumer, to go sit down and do the mathematics. Can our industries help us? And we come with a plea to ask, is it possible for them to make 100 ml packets of milk as their standard? So that then we don't need to have our patients, or we don't need to have our people struggle with just calculations. Because if we see a protein content of, say, 3.5%, is that relatable to our patients? Is it relatable enough? I doubt. Now, to make it more relatable, can it be that the companies can help with the calculation? So that instead of 3.5% fat content, can they just tell us what milligrams or what grams of fat is exactly in the whole packet? So that then, you know, when our patients come, all our patients, we actually tell you, you are supposed to take this as one serving of protein, this as another serving of carbohydrates. But for the sake of these companies, for these companies that help us to produce these foods and make them available, kindly help us. So that then our clients who are not privileged in terms of mathematical computations cannot suffer simply because they are unable to do some mathematics. So that instead of telling us proteins is 3.3 grams, that is at least okay. But there are our clients who do not even know that 1 gram is equals to 1 milliliter. So can there be consistency in the quantity that is used on the package and the quantity that is used on what? On the food labels. Because when you are a diabetic patient or a weight loss patient, you know that I want this quantity of, say, milk or this quantity of food product as per my nutritionist's advice. But do you still find the same on the food package? No. Kindly, can we have a consistency so that whatever we tell our patients is whatever they also find on the food packages? And the package can also be very intentional in terms of, maybe I may not understand the information that was used to come up with the 500 ml packets. But you see, not all of us excelled in mathematics to know that there are 5 100s in 500. So that then we can know that, hey, if we are told that this is per 100 grams, then it means that if there is 3.3 grams of protein, and I take this whole packet of milk, I need to multiply by 5. That is not supposed to be the knowledge that remains in the head of the industry personnel and the heads of nutritionists. This is supposed to be common knowledge to every citizen. Then that way we will have at least reduced the burden or reduced the gap between what nutritionists know and what our patients know. And I believe that that will be a better move towards ensuring adherence to the serving sizes. And yes, it is possible. These are write-ups. I know their protocol, but these people also deserve a good health. And just because you were not taken through or you didn't take nutrition as a class or you didn't work in a company does not mean you should suffer consequences of the multiplication. Let whatever we are telling our patients in the hospital be what they meet in the food stores so that they find a very easy time in terms of replication. That is my first presentation. The second key concern on our food labels, they are very important. But do we know that there are people who do not even understand that different terms can be used to refer to things that belong to the same macronutrient? For example, you might find that a food product has, on the food label, is containing carbohydrates. And they will tell us carbohydrate, it is this X grams. And then when you look at it, you proceed and see there is lactose, X grams. Can the food labels be so clear so that we can understand? Is this lactose because they know that lactose is also part of an example of a carbohydrate? Is it part of what is considered or what is captured on the food label as a carbohydrate? Or is it separate from a carbohydrate? And then you will also see a quotation of energy. We get energy from fat. We get energy from carbohydrates. We can also get energy from proteins during starvation. So most definitely, if we are eating this, then we should be able to understand that this energy, how much is coming from where, so that it can be clearly done. Let our food labels not be done on a hurry, because we owe our consumers a good explanation and presentation. If our consumers, if us as consumers are able to know that all this energy is coming from this particular nutrient, then we will be able to understand that this product is adhering to what is an acceptable range with regard to what is prescribed for us for our carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. It shouldn't be the burden of a patient to struggle that much. I believe that will be great help. And I also know it's not too much to ask from our companies, because they help us just like we also supposed to help them be better.
Okay, thank you very much for that session. I will not add or subtract anything from it, because I know you are a professional in what you do. By the way, she is a lecturer. She's also a researcher, so she knows what she says. She has done her research. She's also an epidemiologist. So subscribe, comment, and share to this wonderful knowledge right here at Nutrition Nyumbani. Till our next episode.